So, hi. We obviously do not know each other, and yet, despite that fact, I have known about you, known of you, since I was literally a kid. This is a really strange video for me to be making, honestly, truthfully. And also, the reason that I'm making it for you, is that too weird to say? It's weird for me to be making it, so sure. I'm sure it's weird receiving this video, as kind of strange as it is for me to be making this video. And also, I'm ultimately making this, as weird or whatever as this may sound, because I care about you, really and truly. And again, I want to emphasize that I'm fully aware that we do not know each other in any kind of personal way whatsoever. I fully acknowledge that, because all I am, literally to you at this point, is a complete stranger. And I'm sure that must be very strange, because in many ways, people on the external to your life feel, me for example, feel like we know you, and yet we realistically don't necessarily know you. Although a lot of people out there, I would say, probably do know you if you're spending, a lot of time online doing your business, doing whatever it is that you do. Again, I'm only saying that because that's the truth of again, not that we've connected in any real situation way. That's how our connection is. So if you're wondering why am I even making this video, I want to explain that, because I'm sure it's a little more than bizarre maybe for you to receive this. So the answer to why I'm making this is twofold. One, like I said before, is the fact that, and I know this might be as weird to receive as it is for me to say, I've grown up in a way with you, on the sidelines of your life, because your life was fairly public for the last, let's just say 10 or 20 odd years, right? And it's crazy because you were a kid, and honestly, when I first saw you in the public eye or whatever, I was pretty much still a kid too. And sorry if there are any cuts in here, it's just because you don't need to sit here for 20 million years. So anyway, again, this is a beyond odd thing for me to do. And yet again, it's funny because you don't know me, you and I don't know each other. The people who do know me more closely would understand, why I'm doing this sort of thing, because they understand more about me, like I said, because you don't know me at all. You don't know my nature. And so I get how completely bizarre, honestly, this must be. Yet again, the reason that I'm doing this is because I genuinely felt called and moved. I know that sounds so weird saying, well, I was moved. Still though, I really mean that sincerely. Again, I want to kind of emphasize the point that in a way I've grown up alongside you. I found you very, very early on in the online spaces, or whatever you can say about that. And I have genuinely, not in a weird way, been in the public and therefore seen you develop in a way over the years. And that's a very weird thing to say too, just judging myself here. Apologies. The reason I want to make this is because I care about you. And I know that that is a weird thing to say from a complete stranger to, again, another stranger that we don't know each other in person. It's made from love, because I actually genuinely do care, as weird as that may sound. And whether I'm right or wrong really in what I'm about to say doesn't really matter at all, because it's your life at the end of the day, right? From my side, from my perspective, and whatever I have seen online, right, that you've put out there for your life for people to see. For me, experiencing that, it was very, very sad to watch, because I often found myself wondering, does this girl have an outlet? Does she have someone to talk to, like a real friend? Or I don't know, it's hard to explain, honestly, in words, the experience that it was like to observe your life. And I really, in saying that, am very, very aware that I am only a peripheral viewer of your life. I'm not trying to make it seem like I know you well. I don't. I wish we would have been friends 10 years ago, or could have met and become friends, because I think you're a cool person in terms of who you are. The reason I'm making the video, as bizarre as it is, I'm here making it because, and this may sound again weird to you, but I genuinely felt called. And I know that we don't necessarily share the same faith. However, we both do have faith in the spiritual sense, in, again, differing ways, but still spirituality, right? And I really do believe in essentially the message that you give videos of love and positivity and support. And I just thought to myself tonight, I've had this thought, by the way, for a while. I'll be honest with you, since the world became aware of whatever it was that happened on the Mother's Day live you did, whatever happened to you, with you, for you, I can tell you just from my side of it, I felt very sad and very scared and concerned for you, and only out of love and concern. Because as I was trying to convey, and there's probably no good way to convey it without it sounding like it's some kind of something else, it was very sad to watch. I often just wondered, though, if you were stuck in your situation, like if you had any help. And I don't mean help like any kind of forced help. I mean, if you had an outlet, like if you like art, were you free to be able to draw and pursue that passion? Or like, I often found myself wondering about what your life was like. Sorry, I keep looking at the time to be aware of the video because I don't want to make it incredibly long for you to watch this like saga. And at the same time, because I don't know if I'll ever have the courage to make another video, because in my head, as crazy as this may sound to you, I've already had the idea, honestly, for a while, ever since perhaps that, like as I say, the world became aware of whatever it was that happened to you on your Mother's Day live. It was hard to watch that, and I genuinely was concerned for you. And again, I wondered if you had an outlet, like to express yourself somehow, because look, no matter how you slice it or how anyone wants to portray you or anything like that, your life has not been easy. I fully acknowledge that. And what really blows my mind personally, honestly, that you deal with, and was ultimately actually kind of the reason for me sitting down and making this video, besides the general overreaching one, was what harm can it possibly do to let her know how one person in the world, be it a drop in the ocean, feels from a supportive stance. You know, what harm could it possibly do? So I said, screw it. I said, because the lighting is probably goodness terrible, and I look honestly a mess in my own opinion. Like my hair is not did. I am not nearly as beautiful as you, and I say that with care and with respect. I personally think you're a beautiful person. At any rate, that's neither here nor there for in terms of this video for you. I just, for me, externally, watching your life has been kind of hard. And I really do say that with love. Because again, as strange as it may be for some complete stranger to say that, well, I care about you and I care about your well-being in general, right? I genuinely mean it. And hopefully one of the things which, if you choose to watch any of my other videos, which I'm in no way pressurizing you to do, I'm just mentioning if you happen to, maybe you will get a sense, if you choose to, of the kind of person that I am. And that perhaps may make you feel more at ease about my sincerity with why I'm making the video for you. Because I'm not going to title this anything like catchy for the algorithms. I'm probably literally going to attempt to tag this and title it in a way that, if nothing else, gets only your attention. That sounds so unbelievably creepy. This is not made from that space. I'm doing this because I genuinely care. That's the kind of a person that I am. And because I genuinely thought, what the heck could it possibly hurt for her to know that she has a genuine support in the world who wants to talk to her. I don't know how weird that sounds, but the heck with it. I've completely given up at this rate on judging myself and judging the situation. That's why I'm here, sharing this with you and expressing this to you, albeit semi-directly. I don't know how directly this will be. And if, again, I actually don't even know if this will even ever reach you. And if it does, I may even feel more awkward about this, but still the intention is for this to positively impact you. Just know that intention is the main overreaching one here. Purely just to give you a positive, a positive person that you can communicate with if you so choose, and also some support in a place where I know that I don't even know, like, you know, how vicious the internet can be. And it's so bipolar in terms of, like, the internet's there to support you, and then the internet's there to slander you. And then I can't, honestly, girl, I am not kidding or being dramatic when I say, like, again, this is the reason that I made the video ultimately for you today. That's such a weird thing to say. I'll maybe explain that in this video. Maybe I'll have to break it up into another one. I mean, at the time. At any rate, I wanted to make this because I thought, what harm could it do? And what particularly tonight I was thinking about that you deal with, like, I think literally every day since you came online, you have dealt with this. And not being hyperbolic or exaggerating, it blows my mind that you are able to handle that as, honestly, as gracefully as you do. Because quite frankly speaking, if I had to deal with that you deal with from people online, and again, I think I said earlier that it's bipolar as heck, like, yeah, I think you know that better than maybe most, that again, it just fluctuates between positivity and negativity, one thing and the other. It's very bipolar. And honestly, you kind of knowingly or unknowingly acknowledge that a lot in your videos and in your lives and things, which I've always kind of appreciated you, although some people take you apart for that. I've personally kind of appreciated that about you. I appreciate many facets of you, by the way, despite the fact that we don't know each other. There are a lot of things I really do appreciate about you as a human being, just as a side note. So not all of us out here are coming for you. I just want you to know that, and I'm one of them. I've always been this quiet little person that you probably, again, besides the fact that we are strangers and have literally not met until perhaps a future date after this video sees the light of day, if ever. Ooh, boy. At any rate, if I could do any good in your life, that would make me happy, and ideally would also make you happy, because you know that you have a genuine support. And again, that was the only reason that I referenced like other videos on my channel, because perhaps you as others will get the sense of who I am in those videos and know that what I'm saying is from my heart and sincere. I know it's bizarre. I know that people don't commonly make videos directly to, at least I don't think. I haven't specifically researched if this is a thing. However, I haven't really heard of it before. Still, I felt like it was important, or whatever, enough, like, heart-centered wise, human to human, right? At the end of the day, we are all here freaking humans having human freaking experiences. And at the end of that day is the fact that life is effing hard, period. I don't care who you're from, what skin color you are, what your denomination is, the sexuality, blah, 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 blah. I do not care about any of that. None of that matters to me, whether it's you or anyone else we're talking to. It has never mattered to me. I'm not that kind of a person. I don't judge people based upon any of that stuff. Hey, if you're still here, I appreciate you, by the way. And this genuinely is for you. And I know that's kind of whack and probably very weird for you to receive. Like I said, I think in the beginning of the video, I just felt like, listen, and I really mean this, that it's, for whatever reason, it's important enough for me to share from my heart how I feel, even if I'm a stranger to you. Because, oh, and this is, I think, coming back to what I was saying about what the heck you deal with from the internet. It genuinely, this is sincere, it genuinely blows my mind that you handle that. Like, you handle that. And I do not say that lightly, because I am, and again, I don't say this in any way, shape, or form to whatever exaggerate the situation. I am like this big. I'm a little bloop in the ocean comparatively to the impact that you've had, and also the, I don't know, whatever amount, I guess, that you've been in the public eye, whatever, for as long as you have. That, like, my impact compared to, say, that and yours is like this compared to the ocean, the world, right? Still, I don't know, something inside of me, not to get weird about it, but felt like this is important enough. And I know, by the way, I want to acknowledge this for whatever it's worth, that I really value people. Like, you are a precious human being. And I know that sounds very strange. I mean it, though. Like, first of all, respect for somehow handling, for all of these years that you've been online and doing this, doing what you do, Respect, pure and simple, for just, I genuinely, I don't know how you do it. What's crazy is I've had people say that to me as a person as well. Like, wow, I don't know how you're handling what you're handling. And then I look at someone like you and I go, I don't know how they're handling what they're handling. I'm not kidding either. Right. So I'm not someone who's followed you close enough to like be able to name any dates of any TikToks or anythings. Forgive me also. And still, I don't know. You deal with so much hate, and that part honestly really ticks me off because, well, I feel like you do, that people should be nicer in general, that if you have the option to be kind versus not, why in the name of everything sacred wouldn't you be kind? And I don't want to make this video too long, just saw the time. Hopefully I can cut this down to something that's a little more manageable for you, because God, I don't want to overwhelm you. Especially because, as I sort of alluded to, this may turn into a series of sorts. I say series very lightly because this project, or this, no, I don't even want to call it that because it's not a project. You are not a project. You're a person, and that's the whole point of said endeavor. One, I don't know when and if you'll ever find these videos. And then the second part is that I wanted to make them because, honestly, purely because I wanted to create something to go out into the world that would uplift your life no matter what. And that sounds really airy-fairy, and I'm judging myself in the moment, yes, for saying that. I really mean it. I wanted to create something for you or share something with you on a daily basis for at least so long as I'm alive. And that's a super weird thing to say to someone that you're not like married to or committed to. Whatever, girl, what can I say about that? I simply wanted to put something out there that you would know that you have a space or place to go to that is safe, period. I say safe, like you know that it's a judgment-free zone for you, period. And that you have one human in the world who really does care about you. And as weird as that may be, because again, emphasizing the point here just for the public or whatever, whoever happens to pop along this, if that happens, that this video is only for really Eugenia. So there's no point in anyone else watching this. And I want to say, I guess for Eugenia's sake, if you're still here, that I'm, for the record, judging the crap out of myself while I'm making this video. I really am. I just wanted you to know that. Not because you come across as insecure. It's because I am making this video, because it's incredibly, incredibly, honestly, humbling and transparent for me. Because, this sounds so strange. I've never wanted to do something for someone that I don't know like this, as much as I did after I saw what happened with you on Mother's Day. Again, whatever that was, it doesn't even matter. And I'm sorry that I keep referencing it. I wish I had some way around that, honestly. I don't think I really do, because that's when I became particularly, like, I was always invested in your story, by the way. I always wanted good things for you. My whole life, I've only ever wished good things for you, and I sincerely mean that. And, oh, sorry for my air conditioner. Hang on, let me turn that off before I continue this, and that's probably helpful because I can get to the point too. Okay, so now that I've had a moment to get up and turn off the air conditioner because it's too loud and you wouldn't hear me properly, and I want to make sure you can hear what I'm saying. So I'm sorry that this took me upwards of 20 minutes to get to the point or whatever of this video. I have a lot of feelings when it comes to you, and it's something that honestly I struggle with myself, because obviously, like I said, we don't even know each other. So the fact that I have any kind of feelings is kind of like wild in the first place, right? We can both acknowledge how weird that is. It is. Still, again, the point of it all is, why not? If it can't possibly do any harm, so why not let her know that she has a friend out there? You have other friends, or you have potential other friends. I don't want to presume, oh, I made a video for her, she's my friend now. No, I'm not so egotistical. No. I wanted to make this because, like I said earlier, thank God I got that part out clearly. I wanted you to know that sorry, we are having all the technical difficulties tonight, and honestly, I may leave some of this uncut because part of the point of this video, honestly, with you is sort of to prove to both of us and the world that you're right. about some things, and that sounds like I'm judging you. I'm not. I'm just making the point that you have a lot of good points as much as anyone else does. And what I wanted to say was, again, that there are those of us out here who do love and care about you, even if we are strangers. And oh my gosh, I forgot my air conditioner again, so hang on. So again, the point of these videos, and again, I keep saying that, that's like, okay, I guess I'm making more of these videos. I had this idea when I saw whatever had happened on Mother's Day, and I became very concerned for you. Again, not a new thing that I was concerned for you, new with the level of concern. And again, the idea at that point occurred to me, there's no harm in letting someone know that you care about them. And even if it's perceived as strange or out of the ordinary, I don't care. Because if there's a chance that it brightens your day, literally any day, then it was 100,000 gajillion, that is so not a real number, but percent worth it for me to have made it. And I want to acknowledge the imperfection of this video, which is many, that's a horrible sentence. At any rate, judgmental me, thank you for that. Like, I acknowledge that though, because I didn't bother to make the lighting nice in any way. In fact, I don't even have the right equipment, really. That's okay. I wanted to make this imperfect on purpose because literally every human being is imperfect. And if they are trying to say that they aren't, I don't know, who are they trying to kid? Themselves, I guess. And everybody is imperfect is the point. And the other point, like I said, was I wanted to let you know, for whatever it was, and as much as my own mind was judging me for reaching out to someone who is as publicly known and whatever famous, I guess you can say, as you are, that I was like, girl, like I said, my own judgmental mind was kicking and going, girl, who the heck do you think you are? What even are the odds? For the reals here, my brain was like, what even are the mathematical odds? Which, by the way, I'm terrible at math, so I don't even know what they are. What are the odds that she will even see whatever it is that you create? And I decided that all things set aside, if there was even a snowball's chance in the underworld that you would see this, and that in seeing it, there was a chance that would improve your day, that you would feel the genuine support or care of someone else external to your family ties and the only people that I guess maybe you have access to, I don't know, or choose to have access to. I really don't know your situation. That's why I'm putting it all sort of vaguely like that. I don't know. You have other people out here who really do care. And I can't say that there's anyone else like me specifically. We're out here though. And so I wanted to offer my individual support. That sounds so much like a pitch. It's not at all. I'm literally just talking about communicating with me if you so choose. You're more than welcome to. I'm happy to be here for you as a support system. You are loved by others, even if we are external, and even if that's a strange thing for people to say, because maybe that's what it is. Maybe other human beings are just afraid to say that they care about someone who they don't know. I think as humans, that's something we know we need to revive. In fact, no joke, I'm not making this up. And if I actually haven't made this video yet, long story short, of this monk basically sharing with us, I was listening to him, and what he was saying was essentially we should care more about our fellow human beings. Like, don't just dismiss someone else's pain. Like I said, the point is that if this offers you any modicum of joy or peace, then it was so more than worth making. And again, the point of me making it in my very imperfect state, like my hair is not done, I'm not wearing any kind of makeup, anything, nothing is done. I'm literally like in kind of my lounging around the house clothes. And I still decided to make this because at the end of the day, there was never going to be a right time to make a video for Eugenia Cooney. Because one, like I said, you're gorgeous. And comparatively, at least in my own brain, that's not even a comparison because there's you and there's me somewhere. And I'm joking about it. I mean, some part of me really does feel that comparison on some level. And I only share that just to let you know that I do have at least that level of respect for you, you know? And again, the fact that you deal with I don't want to swear, you know, the things that you deal with online, the amount of bipolarity of people fluctuating, and I get where that would push you to, like psychologically on some level. And for the record, I also understand for what this may be worth. I don't know, I actually watched you once or twice when you were on Twitch. And at that time, I didn't know what else I could do to support you. So I kind of just, that's a conversation for some other day. I cared even then. And I saw you a little bit then, not a lot. And I always just felt like almost like I wish we could have met under different circumstances or something. Essentially, I am offering my friendship, and also you do not have to take that. That is entirely in your hands. So anyway, I wanted to make this video to let you know that other people do really genuinely care, and that there are those of us out here who, in regards to you, right, only, that we only care. We're only in support of you. Like, we really do exist. We're not unicorns. Surely I cannot be alone in that. If somehow I am, at least this one human being, sincerely, like, I have your back. I wish I knew how to support you in a more helpful way. For now, the best thing that I feel like I'm capable of creating for you, bear with me. I had this idea to start up this series, again, I use that term very loosely, of letters where I would share with you about my day, the good parts of it. So I wanted to lighten your day, and with literally no intention for anything to do with me. I just wanted to create a space and place, almost like a TV channel for you, as weird as that is, within my own channel. That's super weird. Whatever, yeah. In fact, I may even dedicate a playlist to you. I'm pure of heart here. A playlist of these videos, so that if you were ever in a dark place and you needed a place to go to just see positivity, you can come to this playlist on my channel, which I suppose will be called Dear Eugenia, or perhaps in the future, Letters to Eugenia, because what this may become, and I'm only sharing this because of what it may become, and I don't want it to just seem like a weird change, like, why suddenly did she disappear and now there's nothing. I'm gonna make it focused on whatever good things or positivity I have to share. So what I may do in the future, because it's easier for me as a human sometimes to convey the way that I'm feeling in writing. So what I was thinking of doing was writing the letters to you and then reading them and sharing whatever. Sometimes I take nature photographs or cute animals or whatever. So sharing those images with you, with perhaps the background of me sharing the letter that I wrote to you. I know that's really weird. I think we both feel the same about that. Still, like I said, the main point of this, and I am going to come to the end of this, which is essentially that's the whole intention of this long video at this point. And I may censor what I just said because I think I have no choice for YouTube to accept it. So anyway, this long-winded video is all I'm trying to say. I do apologize that it was this long. I wanted to try to kind of say many of the things in this video just in case you do only watch this video. Just so that you know, like, awareness-wise, the playlist which will be starting to become created is, although yes, it's on my channel, it's for you to enjoy. It is literally just, if you want to think of it as this, then that's totally fine. It is a place where if and when you have a dark or a down bummer of a day, you can literally come to this channel, this part of this channel called Dear Eugenia, and you can find this wealth of positivity. I'll just share a small personal story about that so that you know, kind of, maybe it helps you to understand who I am as a person. So small personal story. When I was younger, my cousin and I were really close, and the thing that we used to do was write letters to each other. And I mean, we were pretty small when we were doing this. We would write letters to each other every single day. Like, I think we did that for like 3, 4, maybe it's way more than that. I don't even know. I don't have a mathematical number on it, but like a lot of summers. We wrote letters to each other every single summer. And I just thought, again, if there's even a chance that me writing letters and being this weirdo who writes letters to somebody that doesn't even know her and she doesn't know them either, even if there's the tiniest iota of a chance that that positively impacts your life, then literally, without being hyperbolic or exaggerating, my whole life is made. That makes my life, that makes my day. This whole entire journey of me being uncomfortable in this video and saying things that are in some ways like weirdly intimate and yet I feel are so important to be said, because I feel like no one else is going to have the cojones to say them to you at all, perhaps. I just feel like most people out there are not going to say this stuff to you, either because they're not going to make a video and directly address you, or because there are those people that are out there that are judging you and making those type of tea videos on you, or whatever the heck you can lump that category of folks who make those types of videos about you, for better and for worse. Some of them are well-intentioned, some of them aren't. This is not about any of that. This is purely for you. And again, that is with zero strings. It's just a place where you can know that you can come to be safe and experience beautiful things. I don't know if you'll find them beautiful, but there'll be things that I find beautiful, which hopefully, you know, will bring a smile to your face or peace to your heart or whatever. And if you have any interest in this, I don't know if you do. There are meditations you can find on the channel if you're into any of that stuff, like guided meditations or sound healing or anything. Feel free. Again, if that's your thing, zero pressure, but it's here on the channel if that's something that you want outside of the content I'm making specifically for you. Gosh, I can't even talk. I'm so like anxious about making this for somebody so public. Holy cow. I feel like I'm an ant under a microscope right now. I'm like judging myself left, right, and center. Anyway, firstly, Eugenia, if you've made it to the end of this freaking video, you really are even more of a trooper than I already knew you were, and thank you. I appreciate your attention, genuinely. I don't know how many people are vying for your attention, to be perfectly honest. Still, I'm super grateful to have it if I've happened to get it at literally any point, because as I said, the whole intention of this entire thing for you is just for you to have a place of positivity, pure, unstrings attached. I don't want anything from you, to be very clear, except perhaps friendship if you're into that. Down for that. But other than that, you know, I'm not asking for literally anything from you. This is just for you. Genuinely, I don't know if you'll see it as a gift or just bizarre. I wanted to make it because of the reasons that I said, because if there is a snowball's chance that this creation of anything that I put on this section of the channel for you at any point could positively impact you and give you a smile in a moment when you're down or you're feeling, because I've had those days, girl. Again, if you happen to look at the channel, you will see that although my message is love and positivity, I have anxiety and I have days that I don't really want to be here. So you're not alone in any of that if you experience any of that. Just as a side note about myself, to just share again a bit more of who I am with you, I deal with some of those things. And again, if whatever you happen to be interested in that, you can see the kind of person that I am, I think, through some of my videos. So again, whatever, neither here nor there. So this will be here for, well, whenever, until or unless YouTube goes down, and until or unless you find this or don't find this. I don't know. It'll be here for the eternity of long as the internet exists, I guess. I will probably make the videos public, I guess. I don't know. I haven't yet decided on that. I don't know if there's some way for me to like tag you. I think they're going to just be public, because I think, and this is just me perhaps in my screwy thinking, but thinking out loud, I think that it will be perhaps easier for you to find if I make them public, as if it's any other video that I would be making, kind of, except for that there will be no tags except for intended at you so that you can find these videos. I'm not, as you may already tell, I am like this far along in the YouTube journey comparatively to how far you've come and the things that you do online and yada yada. So this has already been long-winded enough, and you are a heck of a gal for putting up with this long of a waffle. Thanks for sitting through this, and for the rest of the videos, may they bring light and joy into your life. And I mean that's such a very little girly, like, world peace, I want to win the world, you know, like Miss America kind of thing for me to say. I genuinely mean it. May the future of what you will find on your playlist make you smile, or at the very least, just lighten up your day on a day where you need to see something happy and wonderful. May that provide that place for you unequivocally and no matter what. So, yep, I'm going there. It's weird for us both, but hey, maybe we'll become friends over it. Who knows? The future is wide open to all possibilities. So if we don't ever communicate, then enjoy the content here on the channel and know that I still care about you regardless, and that I wish the absolute best for you, and you do have someone who supports you in your journey, period, like unconditionally. Wow, that's weird to say to someone you don't even know, but hey, it's true. So in the voices of which I know there are many talking at you and to you all of the time from the outside, let me be one who has nothing but compassion and care for you and wants to share only beautiful things with you. So no matter the judgments of others, or I guess potentially even you, but I'm risking my own neck here on that one. I don't really care. You can judge me if you want to. It's not really the point, is it? The point of me making the videos is to make you smile. So may this have that effect. I can't even English properly anymore, so I'm gonna end this. I appreciate you. I care about you, and again, may the future of the content that I make for you provide you with positivity, joy, and love, the things that you treasure, I think. So have a beautiful rest of your day or night, as I famously kind of end my videos with. That's so cheeky. It's true though. But have a beautiful day or night whenever you're seeing this, because I don't know when you'll see this, and know that you have one girl in the world in your corner unequivocally. And that's me over and out. My name's Emily, by the way. I cannot believe I made it through the entire video without telling you my name. Sorry. If it's not evident from my title, which it may not be because my channel name is a mix of whatever. My name's Emily. So from Emily, Eugenia, Emily. That was awkward for both of us. Thank you, world. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of your hair, girl, before I make this any more crazy. It's because I don't know how to end this and I'm super awkward. So I'm just gonna end this the way I normally do. I'm just gonna say peace and love, and I'll see you in the next one, even if I don't see you at all ever. I hope to talk to you maybe one day, and other than that, I wish that the rest of this content gives you nothing but joy. Okay, bye. Bye. Because if there's a chance that it brightens your day, literally any day, then it was 100,000 gajillion, that is so not a real number, but percent worth it for me to have made it. It is a place where if and when you have a dark or a down bummer of a day, you can literally come to this channel, this part of this channel called Dear Eugenia, and you can find this wealth of positivity